Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm coming to you live from Nashville for this episode of the Note Closer Show. I'm actually in the gorgeous Union Station Hotel here in the background, and this is a great hotel, absolutely historic hotel here in downtown Nashville. Just the photos and the pictures aren't going to do any justice, but just a gorgeous lobby this morning, and just really excited to be here today and tomorrow in Nashville, as I'm actually in town to do some marketing. Actually in here to hang out with a couple buddies that have helped us with our videos, our training series, things like that. So we'll be filming some new training this morning and tomorrow and rolling it out over the next few weeks. But we're really excited about that here. Got a big shout out to Stephen Epstein and Mark Huber with Seminar Expansion Services, who've done a great job over the last 2 years already with our note buying blueprint and helping us roll out some other stuff. So really excited to be here for that for the next 2 days. I'm literally taking things in strides. Yes, hey, I get help. I've got coaches. I've got vendors that help me expand. So it's just not me throwing my phone up and taking videos all the time, but we always try to improve and go better or get better and go further in what we can do online and utilizing our Infusionsoft software and things like that to help roll it out and make it more, making it easier for those of you out there to follow us and to learn about the note business. But today's topic I want to talk about literally came from me watching on my phone on YouTube, kind of surfing on the plane last night as we were flying in, and I came across the image of Matthew McConaughey when he won his Best Actor award at the Academy for Dallas Buyers Club. And I don't know if you've had a chance to watch that acceptance speech. It just really holds true for a lot of entrepreneurs out there. In it, he talked about how his hero, he looked up God, but his hero was not him. His hero was him in 10 years. Because he could never be who he's going to be in 10 years today. It's something he's always striving to get better, to be a better person, to expand. I won't say mutate, but I guess you could say that too. More so to evolve into the person that we all hope to be. And I've been in this note world, literally non-performing stuff for over 10 years now. And I think back to where I was in 2007 when I made that commitment to stop running around chasing a multitude of other things, wholesaling and short sales and rentals and all that good stuff. And that was the biggest decision. I remember sitting down and said, okay, where am I going to make the most amount of money? It's in notes, and I got to focus on one thing. And I had no clue in 2007 where I would be in 2017. Heck, sometimes I didn't even know where I was going to be in 2008, a year later, right? So many of you are out there today trying to figure this whole thing out. Trying to figure out what you want to do when you grow up, right? Because we're always looking to grow up. And I don't know where I'm going to be in 10 years when I turn 50, but I know I'm going to be better off. I know that I'm going to keep working and busting my butt and continue to fail forward, continue to learn new things and to better my craft, to take the time to invest not only in my business, but in myself. I think a lot of us get to the point where we get comfortable doing something or comfortable with the status quo, and we stop growing. We stop expanding our business. We stop focusing on challenging ourselves to take things to a new level. And I think that's one of the greatest things I think you see out there with those that have been in the business 10, 20, 30, 40 years, is they're constantly adding new things. They're constantly tweaking their business. They're constantly better themselves to help better everybody, or help bettering those around them more so that they lift themselves as the tide rises. Because let's face it, if you're brand new in the note business and you're brand new to anything, you don't really know what you're doing fully till the first year goes by, right? You don't really understand all the nuances and what's going to happen with things until a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years goes by, and then you're old hat at things, right? But we're all brand new. A lot of people get scared of taking that first step. They get that scared to fail. But if you go out and get a job or you go to school, you take a new position at a company, it's the same thing. You don't really know what you're doing the first 12 months for the most part. I mean, you have an idea, don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying is it's hard to feel totally comfortable in your new skin, in your new position, or your new direction without having experience, without making mistakes, because we all make mistakes. Heck, I make mistakes every freaking day. Now, there are different type of mistakes than they were 10 years ago. I'm not making the same mistakes I was making 10 years ago. You should hope you're not doing that, because if you are making the same mistakes you were making 10 years ago, you haven't grown as an individual. If you're taking a million seminars, a million workshops, but never planting your flag and saying, this is mine, I'm going to stick with this, you're not going to eventually evolve to get where you want to be. And that's what we all want to do. We want to evolve to better versions of ourselves. We do want to be our hero in 10 years, I think, for the most part. I mean, my father was my hero growing up, besides Nolan Ryan, who could throw a 100-mile-per-hour fastball. But I'm never going to throw a 100-mile-per-hour fastball, okay? My dad was a entrepreneur. He busted his butt. He moved his family from Minnesota down to Corpus Christi, Texas, without knowing anybody. He bounced around a few jobs, a few positions, but he kept failing forward. Took an entry. He used to sell paint. He sold water heaters his first job, going door to door to sell water heaters. And then he moved into working for a hardware store as an employee, and then moved up to general manager. And then he made the big leap to entrepreneur and started his own company without really having a lot of support, going to his father and taking a loan from his dad to start a hardware store, and was in business for 10 plus years and stuff like that. So I've learned a lot from my father to keep moving forward. Not everything's going to be perfect. And I think a lot of people aren't going to make that jump, especially when we get older. We take less and less risks. Yeah, because we have more. We have families and things like that. But sometimes our security becomes our own prison. Our job, our salary, and we are scared to take that step out to grow. And you find yourself at a crossroads. Do I keep going down the path I've taken for the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years or whatever it is as a job, or do I take that less traveled path to go something to where I really chase my dreams? And I can't see the path because of the trees and the brush, but I know there's a path where somebody's gone before. Maybe I can reach out to that person and maybe take less risk because you have guidance and counsel to help you avoid those pitfalls or those booby traps or those landmines that can happen to all of us. So the one thing I would like all of you guys to do, if you get an opportunity, is take a few minutes today on Tuesday and think about where you're going to be in 10 years, what your age is. I got to give a big shout out to Michelle Young, who on her 21-day challenge she has out there. If you don't get a chance, follow Michelle Young, okay? Michelle Pearson Young on here, our friend Aaron Young's wife. Does a great job. But she talked about what it would feel like to wake up in the morning. How would you feel as an ideal day? What's it going to feel like? What are you going to eat? What are you going to do? So think about that. I know it's sometimes hard to figure out, heck, a day from now, but 10 years now, think about that. Where are you going to live? Where would you like to live? What do you want your house to be? What kind of car do you drive? Hopefully you'll have a new car within 10 years. Okay? What are you going to be doing on a daily basis? Are you going to be doing the same things, trying to do a multitude of things, or are you going to be focused on one thing? Are you going to become an expert in your field? Because I look back 10 years ago, I was this kid, doing mortgages, working for somebody else, enjoying it. But the last 10 years has been very, very interesting. Time flies when you have fun. And I've had my ups, I've down, I've gone through trials and tribulations in the last 10 years, but I'm a better man for what I did go through. Versus if I just sat there and being safe would have never got me to where I'm at today. It will never get me where I'm at tomorrow. So in 10 years, where do I want to be? Well, it's hard to say. 10 years, still doing that, still being myself, but probably living half the year in the Bahamas or somewhere tropical. I hadn't decided that out. I don't think Princess will be around. If she did, it'd be a 25-year-old dog. It'd be great. But married, just having a great time, expanding what we do and doing things even better and being a better version of myself. I think it's the biggest thing we all want to be 10 years from now. So got to have a big shout out to Hatham and Riaz, who closed on 12 more note deals. Congratulations, guys. I think I made 16 total for them since they came through the fast track in June or May. So congrats to you guys, Hatham and Riaz. Very proud of you for going out and making things happen. You guys are just kicking butt and taking names. You've also hired an employee to make things happen. So those of you, the guys that are sitting at 12 and 15 notes over the last year, 2 years, hey, you get some real competition. You may want to pick up the phone and give them a phone call, because these two guys aren't scared to take action and make things happen. And they're doing a tremendous job out there. So congrats to you guys. Stay tuned. We'll probably have some great stuff over the next couple weeks of what we're working on here, and look forward to seeing you all at the top. So once again, everybody, hey, take a second, figure out what you want to do in 10 years. If you're working for a job and you love what you do, great. Where are you going to be in 10 years? We're going to be in a year. We're going to be in 5 years. You know, you always go on that thing about going on an interview, and they ask, where are you going to be in 5 years? I'm like, hopefully not working for an asshole like you. You know that kind of stuff. If you guys want to take your business to the next level, and you're working for some, maybe it's 10 years, hey, having my own company, having staff of 5 or 10, you know, making this much per year. So, you know, think about it. I mean, yes, we don't know where the market's going to go and take us. Is the real estate business going to boom? Is it going to be tank? What's going to happen in 10 years? There you go. That's great, George. Being alive and living on the money coming from our notes. So take it one step further, George. What's that money look like? That's theory, but if it's only $500, you can't live very well on $500 coming from your nuts. What's that number look like? Is it 5 grand, 10 grand, 20 grand? Okay? Be specific in your goals and where you want to be in the next 2 years. And you'll often be surprised at where you want to be. Or you'll end up in the journey that you go along that way. So have a great day, everybody. We'll see you guys all at the top. Bye.